Welcome back to Delhi. We're entering Lodi Gardens through the Ashoka Gate, and immediately you can feel why this 90-acre park is considered Delhi's green lung. This isn't just a park, it's a living museum, built during the 15th and 16th centuries under the Said and Lodi dynasties. These gardens preserve some of the few remaining architectural treasures from that era. What makes this special is that Delhi's rulers understood something profound. Power and peace can coexist. Let's explore. The Bara Gumbad, which literally means big dome, built in 1490, it is believed to have Delhi's earliest full dome construction. But here's the mystery that has puzzled historians for centuries. We don't actually know what it was for. Despite looking like a tomb, no tombstone has ever been found inside. Some believe it was a gateway to a mosque you see right next to it, while others think it might have been part of a larger vault complex. Its true purpose remains unknown to this day. What we do know is that it was constructed under Sikandar Lodi's reign, and the craftsmanship is extraordinary. Notice the blend of architectural styles, combining Islamic arches with Hindu brackets and lintels. The entire structure sits on a raised platform with the adjacent mosque and guest house. Step inside with me. The interior is absolutely breathtaking. Painted stucco with colored tiles, carved design, flowers, geometric patterns, and Quranic inscriptions cover almost every surface.
So they did this. This is how we used to identify, like it is all done by the people of India.
The dome rises nearly 30 meters above us, creating this magnificent acoustic space.
Like it's used to be coin. Yeah.
The mosque next door was completed in 1494, just 4 years after the Bara Gumbad, and represents the first mosque built in the distinctive Lodi architectural style. This whole complex, the dome, the three domes mosque, and the guest house, they all constructed from red, gray, and black stone, including gray quartz and red sandstone. And just opposite the Bara Gumbad stands another beautiful mystery, the Shish Gumbad. The name means glazed dome because it was originally decorated with blue enameled tiles that shined like glass. If you look closely at the top of the main entrance, you can still see traces of those blue tiles. Like the Bara Gumbad, we don't know exactly who is buried here. It could be unknown family from Sikandar Lodi court or possibly even Bahlul Lodi himself, the founder of the Lodi dynasty. The monument keeps its secret well. So check this. That's not a pigeon, huh? Before we move on, I want you to appreciate why Lodi Garden is called Delhi's birder's paradise. Look up there. Can you see that? That's a Shikra hawk, one of the resident raptors here. The gardens are home to numerous bird species, including rose-ringed parakeets, those bright green parrots you hear chattering in the trees, black kites soaring overhead, spotted owlets, Indian mynas, and during winter months, even migratory species. The combination of old trees, water bodies, and these ancient structures create perfect nesting habitats. And now we come to perhaps the most significant tomb in these gardens, the resting place of Sikandar Lodi himself. He ruled the Delhi Sultanate from 1489 to 1517, becoming the second and most successful ruler of the Lodi dynasty. What makes Sikandar fascinating is the complexity of his character. He was a capable ruler who encouraged trade, expanded Lodi rule into Gwalior and Bihar, and in the 1503 commissioned the building of the present-day city of Agra. Yes, the city that would later become home to the Taj Mahal. But he was also a man of culture. He was a talented poet who wrote Persian poetry under the pen name Gul Rukhi, which means rose-faced, and even prepared a collection of 9,000 verses. His patronage initiated a renaissance of poetry and music in Delhi. The tomb itself, built in 1517 by his son Ibrahim Lodi, reflects the architectural style we've seen throughout the gardens. It sits in an enclosure with battlements still visible. Unlike many tombs, this one retains its fortress-like walls. The octagonal design, the surrounding chhatris, the fusion of Islamic and Hindu architectural elements, it's all here. What I find moving about these gardens is that they weren't originally conceived as an unified park. Each structure was built independently, scattered across the village of Kairpur. It wasn't until 1936 that Lady Wellington, wife of the British Viceroy, inaugurated the space as a formal garden, bringing these monuments together. After independence in 1947, it was renamed from Lady Wellington Park to Lodi Gardens. Walking through here, you're not just seeing architecture. Can you imagine the twilight of Delhi's Sultanate? The last breath of dying empire before the Mughals would arrive and change everything. In 1526, just 9 years after Sikandar Lodi died, Babur would defeat Ibrahim Lodi at Panipat, ending the Lodi dynasty forever. Before we head to our next destination, we're making a quick detour to what's become known as the Lodi Art District. This is where history meets contemporary creativity. Singaporean artist EP10 created a life-size, semi-realistic mural that's 10 meters high and 30 meters long, capturing the daily life of Lodi colony. What I love about this district is that it shows Delhi's ability to honor its medieval past while celebrating contemporary art. We're just walked through 500-year-old tombs and now we're standing in front of modern street art that tells today's Delhi story. So this guy right here is the father of the Constitution. And we soon arrived to Rajghat, and immediately you can feel a shift in energy. Rajghat loosely translates to royal steps, with royal alluding to the place's importance and steps referencing the climb from the banks of the Yamuna River. This memorial complex actually began with one man, Mahatma Gandhi. The first memorial was dedicated to him on the spot where his remains were cremated on January 31st, 1948, consisting of a black marble platform with an eternal flame at one end. As we walk this stone footpath toward the memorial, I want to share what happened here. On January 30th, 1948, Gandhi was shot 3 times at pinpoint blank range while walking to a prayer meeting. He died almost instantly. The next day, his body was brought to his very spot on the banks of the Yamuna for cremation, witnessed by millions. Listen, can you hear that?
You see, it's written, "Hey Ram." These are the last words those comes out from his mouth, and it's called hailing the god Ram, or like these are the last words. It's like, "Oh God." The song is Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram, Patit Pavan Sita Naam, Ishwar Allah Tero Naam, Sabko Sanmati De Bhagwan.
Throughout the day, devotional music of Banjans play at the memorial, offering Gandhi's favorite hymn, including Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram, a prayer he recited during his final moments. The eternal flame burns continuously, symbolizing that his light, his ideals of truth and nonviolence never die. What's remarkable is that this complex later expanded to include memorials for other prominent Indian leaders, with each memorial having its own name. Shanti Vanu for Nehru, meaning Forest of Peace. Vijay Ghat for Shastri, Victory Platform. Shakti Shathal for India Gandhi, Piece of Strength. We are now at Gandhi Smriti, formerly known as Birla House. And this is where Gandhi's story ends. This is the location where Mahatma Gandhi spent the last 144 days of his life and was assassinated on January 30th, 1948. The museum displays numerous artifacts from Gandhi's life: his spectacles, sandals, walking sticks, the shawl he wore, letters he wrote, but what's most powerful is seeing his preserved room exactly as he left it that morning. The 12-bedroom house was built in 1928 by Ghanshyam Das Birla, one of India's leading industrialists. The Birla family and Gandhi had a close relationship. The Birlas founded much of Gandhi's movement, and Gandhi was a frequent guest here. Gandhi stayed here from September 1947 until his death. This was just months after India's independence, a time of both immense hope and terrible violence as the country was partitioned. Gandhi was conducting prayer meetings, fasting for communal harmony, trying to heal the wounds of partition. The Birla house was sold in 1971 for 54 lakhs, meaning 5,400,000 rupees, and 7 acres of urban land in exchange. Let's go to Romania. Europe. Where the Bajan, Rakhupati, Rakhava, Rajaram, why is that so important? It's not just because it was Gandhi's favorite, it's because of what Gandhi did with it. The bhajan was widely popularized by Mahatma Gandhi and set to tune by Vishnu Digambar Paluskar. The original devotional song praised Lord Ram, but Gandhi added crucial line, Ishwar Allah Tero Nam Sakbo Sanmati De Bhagwan, which translates to God and Allah are your names. May God bless all with true wisdom.
30th of January 1948 at the age of 79. And his wife dies in detention. Yeah, 22 February 1944.
So if we think about what Gandhi did there was basically he affirmed that Muslims, Hindus, Christians, and practitioners of other faiths may all know God, but by different names. So basically, it's the sound of Gandhi's entire philosophy. His belief that all religions lead to the same truth. His conviction that Hindus and Muslims were brothers. His dream of India where diversity was strength, not a division. Let's take a moment here. This isn't meant to be a sad location. It's meant to be inspirational. Gandhi believed that each of us carries with us the power to change the world. We are reminded that history isn't made by those who wait, but those who act. So before we go to the garden to see the footsteps embedded in the pathway that mark Gandhi's final walk, let me tell you. On the evening of January 30th, 1948, Gandhi was walking to his prayer meeting, supported by his grandnieces Abha and Manu. A man approached, pretended to bow in respect, and then fired 3 shots at point blank range. The man was Nathuram Godse, a Hindu nationalist who believed Gandhi was too sympathetic to Muslims and had weakened India with his philosophy on nonviolence. Godse saw himself as a patriot. History sees him differently. Gandhi's last words were reported to be, Hey Ram, O God. He died believing in the goodness of humanity, even as humanity failed him. So on January 30th, 1948 at 5 p.m., Mahatma Gandhi left for the prayer meeting through that window. The martyr column now stands at the exact spot where he fell. People come here and place flowers, pray, reflect. What makes Gandhi's death so tragic is that he spent his entire life fighting for communal harmony. He was killed specifically for that belief. What's remarkable is that Gandhi was just a man, frail, often sick, wearing only a loincloth. Standing here, you realize that maybe, just maybe, the world can change without violence if you have the patience and the faith to try. And with that, the end of my first trip to India, but not before a huge thank you to all the guides and people I encountered along this trip. So, a quick thank you for Srishti for getting me this book, and not only getting it, but she even gave me a little personal message, and it's so special. Thank you so much. Look at this. See? And we out here in India, unsupervised. Unsupervised. Hope you have a chance to check out my other videos as well, and stand by. I'll be uploading more videos from old trips and the upcoming new trip.